everyone, welcome back to another 1v1 Warhammer battle. This is going to be the Empire with a tank-focused build against the Beastmen. Let's go over the armies first. For mine, we have 2 steam tanks, which are pretty good units. It's been a long time since I've used them, but they are pretty good. We have a front line of basic swordsmen with the great swords in the middle. We are being led by a generic general of the Empire. You have 2 spears, 1 on each flank, and then 2 Reichsguard, which I think are very good, sturdy, and also really good offensively cav for their price. I think they're really good since was the last patch, 2 patches ago, where they were decreasing in cost. They're really good. Anyway, we also have a Jade Wizard because of the BS of being able to heal steam tanks. Hey, it's in the game, so I will utilize it. If you're going to take steam tank build, you should probably take a Jade Wizard to heal them. So that is my army. The enemy army, we have 5 Gorehers with shields, including the renowned Blackhorns Ravagers, 3 Centaurs with great weapons, including the Sons of Goros, 2 Gorbulls, Kazrak the One-Eye, the Koroks Man Rippers, a Ungor Raider, and then 2 Ungor Spearmen Herd. That is their army. So I am going to tuck my army right here in between these natural fortifications in hopes that that gets these Centaurs to either run way out to the right or way out to the left. The longer it takes them to get into the position that they want, the longer my steam tanks have to shoot up their army. Speaking of, right now we are targeting their Gorbulls because Gorbulls are very nasty targets and they can be hit by steam tanks. As you can see here, this Gorbull's kind of flailing around. We really hit him like 3 or 4 times. And then seeing these 2 Centaurs detached from the rest of their army, obviously they want to try and get in position and then probably wait around here or around here and wait for their infantry to get there. Well, I'm not going to let that happen. We have a very mobile general in the Empire. I'm just kind of waiting for them to get a little bit closer before we spring the trap. And that trap is going to be we fly the general over this way, and we're going to get our Reichsguard over here. We're going to try and catch these 2 Centaurs out of position. On the charge, the Reichsguard will do really well as long as we don't get charged. Because honestly, the Centaurs do really well on the charge too. But if you deny them the charge, then they are basically fodder to a Reichsguard. If they charge each other, I can't say 100% who wins in a 1v1. I think the Reichsguard maybe pull out after the initial shock damage of the charge is done, I think. Because their heavy armor eventually does make them win. But anyway, we're going to charge into the back of the second, one of the Centaurs, then we're going to charge into with our Reichsguard, start doing a lot of good damage. You can see the Sons of Goros going to take this path over here. The Sons of Goros will actually make it out of here, but we are going to destroy this one Centaur and then eventually get our 2 Reichsguard over here and our General of the Empire back over here as well. Still just kind of pounding the Gorbull there for a little while, and now that he is out of our vision, I think we're just targeting... Actually, I'm not sure what we're targeting. I may not be targeting. There we go. And no, we go into Chariot mode. So we're going to try and do a Chariot here and here, and I'm going to see if they're going to fall for the Dwellers Below spell. If they want to bunch up around one of our steam tanks or both of them, we're going to hit them with the Dweller spell. Meanwhile, back here again, like I said, we were destroying that one Centaur, but this one did make it out, and it's going to come right up the middle, but we're going to chase him with the General and get our 2 Reichsguard back up here. As we charge the enemy Gore herds with our swordsmen and our great swords, Kazrak's going to go up the middle. Both Gorbulls are taking a very, very long trip around this flank, so we don't have to worry about them for a little while. There go the Dwellers Below spell. Not a great one, though. The enemy was able to move their forces. They knew what was going on. So that's the only Dweller spell I'm going to cast. Instead, I'm going to try and micro our steam tank as best as I can. Trying to get away from the Koroks Man Rippers, just charge through their infantry here. Remember, steam tanks do have fear and terror, and the Beastmen are not immune to that. Sons of Goros did a nice charge into the great swords and then still trying to run away from our General of the Empire, so we're going to try and pin them here with a Spearman as they kill our swordsmen here. We're also running in with a steam tank as well. The 2 Gorbulls still trying to get over here. Reichsguard in position for whenever I need them. We're actually going to send one against the Gorbulls. The other one I think is going to start going up here towards these Ungor Raiders, which are now visible to me. Our General of the Empire helped with the Great Swords and the Swordsmen to rout some of these Gorbulls, and now we're going to send the Great Swords into the Koroks Man Rippers who have been chasing our steam tanks down. Trying to be as mobile as I can with the steam tanks. You can see we're going to reroute these Ungor Spearmen. This steam tank is going to be going over here and hit Kazrak. As we're trying to focus him down now, the Gorbulls finally starting to get here, but we're going to pin one of them down with the Reichsguard. Trying to make sure that the Jade Wizard is far away from this area because we don't want the Gorbulls jumping on him and having him die, because he can die pretty quickly if you're not paying attention to him. Meanwhile, again, I'm trying to pay as much attention as I can to the steam tanks, switching them from melee to range stance back and again, and then get them to use their chariot because they are basically chariots. That one unit that we killed earlier is going to come back to haunt us a little bit, do a nice recharge on our swordsman as our Reichsguard went through this little gap into the Ungor Raiders. Again, the other Reichsguard is going to be over here keeping this Gorbull busy. And we did I think we did a heal spell over here with the Jade Wizard. I think we did, or maybe it's coming. I'm not entirely sure. But we do a lot of good damage to Kazarak as the Gorbel is trying to kill our General of the Empire. We still do have our potion, I believe. The steam tank doing a lot of good damage. Now we're going to run the steam tank. Do I run them into the Corax? I don't think I do. Oh, I shoot them. I start shooting the Corax member just there. Meanwhile, over here, the Jade Witch is going to assist with the Great Swords and the Reichsguard who went from the Uncle Raiders here. Then they went down to the Centaurs, and we're going to route them there. I think the Reichsguard then go over to assist against the Black Warrior. Okay, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. They're going over here. Don't listen to me. I have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. But we are routing the Corax Man Rippers due to fear and terror from the steam tank, which rolled right through them. This Gorbel is trying to take out my steam tank, but it cannot get through all of our forces right there, including the Reichsguard. Other steam tank is still trying to kill a Kazarak here with some good charge damage, and the General got him there as well. And he is now almost dead. Going to cast a heal spell right here to keep our units as fresh as possible. I think we got the Reichsguard in that. Yeah, we did. That's what I was hoping to get, because those are one of the most important units. And the steam tanks, too. I don't know if I caught the steam tank or not. I did not. Or maybe I did. I don't know. There we go. Sons of Goros came back from routing right here, and I was trying to snipe them, but the enemy is going to move them away from the General of the Empire, so we're going to try and get our Reichsguard on them here. Try and get our steam tank on them here as well. These Gorbels are now pinned down by the steam tank and all the other infantry here. Jade Wizards nearby, and that's when the enemy is going to, I believe, forfeit the game. So the steam tank build did very, very well against this Beastman composition. It helped out a lot that these two were kind of isolated, and we managed to kill one. This Goros did do a lot of good damage to our Great Swords, and then also a Swordsman before we were able to rout it the first time and take it down below half. So that was good micro there. The Gorbels, though, they should have just ran up the middle. There were no rifles to flank. There were no crossbows, no ranged at all, because we have so much money poured into our steam tanks that there's really no reason to go around the flanks with Gorbels, because they can plow through any melee front line really easy, especially because one of their animations is that one where they dive forward and roll. That gets them through the front line like that, and then they can just keep going. So those being out of combat for so long allowed me to really weaken their front line, so by the time that they even got into combat, they were kind of by themselves and isolated against the General and the steam tanks and Reichsguard and all that. Speaking of, this is the Reichsguard that was keeping one of the Gorbels, but the other one got 103 kills. The steam tanks all got a ton of kills. If you keep them mobile and you don't use them as just, I don't know, cannon emplacements, steam tanks can be really good. Excuse me, sorry. Had to cough there. Hit the cough button. So yeah, if you keep these microed really well, you can get a lot of good like chariot damage, especially against a heavy infantry build like this one, and they can also double up as a cannon. Like they're pretty good. Fear and terror, they're super good, especially when you team up with the Jade Wizard, because heal spells heal steam tanks. I still think it's BS, but it's in the game, so you might as well utilize it. Great Sword, 77 kills is pretty good, and then the General of the Empire helps snipe some Centaurs and then kill Kazarak, so good on them. But good game to Derek. Hope you enjoyed the steam tank build. Again, it's been a while. I don't know why I don't bring them more often, but they are fun to use. Especially when you don't have to worry about trying to keep a bunch of beastmen off of your rifles. I knew there was going to be so micro-intensive with two steam tanks that I was like, I'm not going to throw any like crossbows or riflemen in here. That'd be too much for me to micro. But anyway, let's go watch a cinematic view of the battle. Beautiful pieces of dwarven engineering that the Empire uses.
No lingering. I go. Moving now. On way. Yes, sir. Quickly. Moving out. Taking position. Sigma. Formation march. Go! Sigma course! Sigma! Sigma guides us! Prepare for combat! Yes, my lord! What friends? Quick march! Limber weapons! Quick march! twin-tailed comet!
The skull splitter!
Take aim! For the Heldenhammer! Forward! Ready! Ready!
Weapons drawn! Take the ground!
War! For the Warhammer! War! Swiftly!
Formation!
The power of life!
Return to duty! Shoot them! Formation! March!
Attack!
Hammers ready! Glory to the Empire! Sigma! Take position! Sir! For the Warhammer! Yes, General! We obey!
Get them! Get them! Prepare for combat!
At speed! Now!
Yes, sir! Sigma calls! Raise your weapons!
Now! At speed!
There we go. Thanks for watching, everybody. Again, hope you enjoyed the Steam Tank Focus build, and I will see you all next time. Take care.